Connecticut judge orders new mayoral primary after possible ballot stuffing. A judge on Wednesday tossed out the results of a Democratic mayoral primary in Connecticut's largest city and ordered that a new one be held, citing surveillance videos showing people stuffing multiple absentee ballots into outdoor collection boxes. The ruling came just 6 days before the general election, creating a perplexing scenario in which voters will decide the outcome of Bridgeport's mayoral election on November 7, then be asked to return to the polls at a later, undetermined date to choose the rightful Democratic nominee in that very same race. In his ruling Wednesday, Superior Court Judge William Clark addressed the incongruity by saying he lacked the authority to postpone or cancel the general election. The volume of ballots so mishandled is such that it calls the result of the primary election into serious doubt and leaves the court unable to determine the legitimate result of the primary, Clark wrote in his ruling. The judge cited statistics showing that abnormally large numbers of absentee ballots were cast in certain voting districts and video evidence showing multiple people shoving stacks of ballots into drop boxes in violation of state law. The videos are shocking to the court and should be shocking to all the parties, Clark wrote. The judge gave lawyers in the case 10 days to confer with city and state election officials on a possible date for the new primary. Despite the judge's decision, the general election will take place as planned on Tuesday. Ganim will appear as the Democratic nominee. Gomes is on the ballot too, as an independent candidate. "This is a victory for the people of Bridgeport," said Gomes, the city's former chief administrative officer. Ganim, who was convicted of corruption during a first stint as mayor but won his old job back in an election after his release from prison, has repeatedly denied any knowledge of wrongdoing related to ballots. Under Connecticut law, voters using a collection box must drop off their completed ballots themselves or designate certain family members, police, local election officials, or a caregiver to do it for them. William Bloss, a lawyer for Gomes, said he believed the judge's ruling Wednesday set up a scenario in which a primary would only be needed if Ganim wins the general election. During testimony held before the judge last month, one person is seen on surveillance video stuffing stacks of papers into a ballot drop box. Gomes contends the person is Wanda Getter-Pataki, a Ganim supporter and vice chair of the Bridgeport Democratic Town Committee. In court, Getter-Pataki exercised her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and declined to answer questions. A former city council member and current candidate also declined to answer questions about whether she appears in other videos. State Republicans have pounced on the Bridgeport ballot case as proof Connecticut needs to pass election reforms, especially affecting absentee ballots. These videos confirm our fears about how absentee ballots can be misused. Now the court has spoken, State Senate Minority Leader Kevin Kelly said in a statement. News of the Bridgeport videos has spread nationally through right-wing social media platforms and on far-right media, connecting the controversy to former President Donald Trump's false stolen election claims.